second language learning. There certainly are some great benefits of being bilingual. It opens doors to travel and other cultures. It pays more at a job. It helps prevent the onset of Alzheimer's because it keeps our brains healthy. And it's easier to get a job because a lot of employers are looking for bilingual people in the world right now. What makes up a language? There are 4 domains that make up a language that you must be good at. They are reading, writing, speaking, and listening. You can't be considered bilingual or even biliterate unless you can perform in all 4 domains. So what's the breakdown of a language? Language is broken down into about 80% vocabulary, 15% grammar, and 5% culture. So, 80% seems like a lot, but if you don't know the words, you're not going to be able to communicate. Grammar is the rules that tell us where to put the adjectives and what kind of punctuation the language uses. And then culture is important too. It's only 5%, but it's important to understand culture of the language that you're studying. Because, for example, if you spend 6 years, yes, it takes 6 years just to be able to read Japanese, then you go to Japan one day and you want to go practice your Japanese and you go to shake somebody's hand. Well, guess what? You just offended that person because they don't shake hands in Japan. They bow to each other. So those little things are important to know about the language that you are studying. So we're going to have 5 tips right now. Memorize cognate categories. Cognates are words that look very similar between 2 languages. Here's just 4 categories of cognates, and this is how the words end. So if a word in English ends in tion, then that same word is sion in Spanish. There's 321 words in English that will do this in Spanish. Ty is another category. In Spanish, you just take off the ty and you add dad, and bam, 231 words automatically. Another category is ate to ar. There's 211 words like this. And ik to eco, 250 words. So just by memorizing these 4 endings, you already have a vocabulary of 1,016 words in English and Spanish. So here's what I mean. Information in English is información in Spanish. Formality, formalidad. Communicate, comunicar. Topic, tópico. Easy. Dr. Stephen Krashen says, we learn to write by reading. So this is tip number 2, a Krashen trick. If you want to become a better writer, then you need to read more because reading helps your writing. If you want to be a better speaker, then you should listen more because listening helps your speaking. So for example, if I want to work on my Spanish speaking skills, I could sit and watch maybe a novela or the news and put the subtitles in Spanish. So that way my brain stays in the same language. I'm listening to it and then I can actually read it also if I need to with extra support. That's a really good practice. Tip number 3, vocabulary is such a must. You have to stop and look up words. Don't be lazy. So vocabulary is 80% of a language. You cannot read if you don't have vocabulary. You can't write. You can't speak, and you can't certainly not listen correctly if you don't have vocabulary. So you have to create your own vocabulary lists, whether you do it on your phone, you keep it in a journal, you can do it on an Excel spreadsheet. There'll be a video at the end showing you how you can translate words automatically by putting a formula into Google Excel. But you have to make the time to look up words. And you will come across words you don't even know in your first language. So for those words, you need to define them, look up the definition, and then translate them. Tip number 4, second language immersion is always the best. I was so lucky when I was in high school learning Spanish as my second language. My stepfather took me to Ecuador 3 times. I had 3 different chances within 2 or 3 years to be immersed in the culture and the language, and that really helped my language skills. So try to surround yourself with your second language as best you can. So you can find a good show. If you can't go to a country and just live, you can find a good show to watch in your second language, right? With those subtitles in your second language. Find a good podcast to listen to. Make a new friend who only speaks your second language, and talk to yourself in your second language too. Tip number 5 is just practice. You just got to practice. So next you're going to see a video, a demonstration of 2 digital supports available to you. One is called Duolingo. It is an app on the phone that will harass you every day to practice your language skills. And what's awesome about Duolingo is you get to practice all 4 domains. The other digital support is an online dictionary called Word Reference that you can access with your computer, or they have an app on your phone. And there'll be a video explaining how that works as well. This is an example of using Duolingo with French. It will remind you when you have lessons to do. It's very interactive. And it's free.
Femme.
Je. Tu.
Chien.
Orange. Un garçon mange une orange.
So Duolingo allows you to practice all 4 domains. This is Word Reference. This is the app on the phone you can use. It has several different languages. You can select your dictionary. You can just define words by typing in the word, and you can look at the definition. You can also select a dictionary and then translate words. And what's great about Word Reference is it gives you example sentences. We're going to look up formidable.
Formidable.
You can listen to it. It gives you the English and the Spanish, or whatever other language you're looking at. It gives you example sentences and all the different definitions for that one word. So remember, vocabulary is 80% of a language, so you need to look up words as often as you can. This is how to use Excel to create vocabulary list and using a formula. So you type in your words, then you enter the formula, which is equal Google Translate. You select the cells, and that's it.